Hello students, today in this lecture we will start our new chapter, that is boring machine. Now to understand in detail about boring machine, first of all let us understand what is the meaning of boring process. So for that we will understand working principle of this boring. So the basic operation that is performed, which is called as the boring. So main important term that you need to remember, that is this boring process is used to enlarge the existing available hole. That means, suppose let us take an example. If one workpiece is available and that workpiece has diameter 10 mm. Now if we want to increase this diameter from 10 mm to 11 mm, then it is difficult to use any drilling tool to enlarge this diameter by 1 mm. So to increase this very small diameter by certain amount, one particular single point cutting tool which is used and which is rotated about this axis inside this hole to increase the diameter. So this single point cutting tool which is used to enlarge already available or already existing hole by certain amount, so this process is called as the boring process, and the tool used for this particular process is called as the boring tool. So this is the basic definition of this boring process. So now, as we have discussed in our previous topics also, to understand any of the machinery, basic working principle is most important. So for that, let us have a look. As we have discussed, suppose if any workpiece has already existing hole with a certain diameter. Now if we want to increase diameter by certain amount, at that time this boring tool is used, and this boring tool is attached to particular machine which rotates about certain axis. So the primary motion for boring process, that is the rotary movement of the boring tool. So the rotation of this boring tool, that is the primary motion. Similarly, up to how much depth, so up to how much depth we want to increase this diameter, that is also important. So that's why this tool is fed towards the diameter up to the range that is required for performing that particular operation. So in simple, the basic primary rotary motion, that is the main important motion, and the auxiliary motion, that is the inward and outward movement of the tool or maybe of the workpiece, that is considered as the auxiliary motion. And in addition to this, in many of the cases these different boring machines are also used for maybe a drilling operation, turning operation, reaming operation. So these different types of operation can also be performed by using these boring machines. And for all this type of operation, the basic working principle that is similar for any of the different operations. So I hope now you have clarity that what is the main important working principle of this boring machine. Now let us discuss about different classifications of the boring machines. So the boring machines are available in different varieties, and based on requirement different types of boring machines are used. So from that, the first classification, that is the horizontal boring machine, and this horizontal boring machine are also available in different varieties, from which the first subtype, that is the floor type, second one, that is the planar type, and third one, that is the multiple head type. So these are the subdivisions of this horizontal boring machine. Next is second classification, that is the vertical boring machine. And this vertical boring machine has also subtypes. They are from these, first one is standard vertical boring mill, standard vertical boring mills. Second one, that is the vertical turret lathe, and third one is vertical precision boring machine. Vertical precision boring machine. So these are the different varieties available in the case of vertical boring machine. And the third one, which is also most important as an exam point of view, that is the jig boring machine. And this jig boring machine has also two subtypes are available, from which the first one, that is the planar type jig boring machine, and second one is vertical milling machine type jig boring machine. Vertical milling machine type jig boring machine. So these are the main three different classification available in the case of boring machine. So we will discuss all these three different types of machine in detail one by one. So starting with first one, that is the horizontal boring machine. And to understand this, let us have a look at simple 2D figure available of this boring machine. Now, as you can see, in the case of horizontal boring machine, the construction is somewhat similar to that of the lathe machine. Now, some of the similar parts that you can see in this, that we will mark also over here. The first part, that is the bed. And this bed is properly mounted on the floor, and it is used to support all the elements available in the case of this horizontal boring machine. And this bed is mostly made of the cast iron material. Why cast iron material is used, that we have also discussed in our lathe machine chapter, because cast iron has better compressive strength and it can absorb vibration very easily. So this is the main important advantage of using cast iron material to form this bed. And we also know that this bed is made by casting process. Now the next important part, that is the headstock. Now as you can see, this headstock is consist of the many different smaller elements, and it is mainly consist of the spindle, and this spindle through central part is attached to the tool. And the power transmission elements are also available in the headstock. So the power is transmitted from headstock to the spindle, and to the spindle to tool the power is transmitted. And this is how tool is rotated by using this headstock. Now the third part that you can see, that is the vertical column which supports the headstock. And this vertical column is provided for proper up and down movement of the headstock as per the requirement of the workpiece. Because there are possibility that the workpiece size is comparatively larger, workpiece size is comparatively smaller. So based on the requirement, one can say that this arrangement is possible by moving this headstock in upward direction or in downward direction based on the requirement. So this is the main column which helps for up and down movement of the headstock. Now similarly on the opposite side, you will see this end supporting column, and this end supporting column is provided to support boring tool during the machining operation, because this end supporting column is consist of the bearing block, and this bearing block is providing support to this boring bar, and this boring bar is connected with the tool, and which helps to cut the material or to finish the material as per the requirement. So if the size of the workpiece is comparatively larger, and at that time if boring tool requires support from both the side, so at that time this end supporting column is useful. And this end supporting column, again I am repeating this, it provides supports to this bearing block and the boring bar as per the requirement. Now the next part that you can see, at the bed portion it has main two important parts, that is the saddle and another one is the table. So this saddle is mounted on the bed and the table that is mounted on the saddle. That means if we see in the 2D view, if this is the bed, on the bed saddle is mounted and on the saddle table is mounted, and the workpiece is mounted on this table. So this saddle can be moved in longitudinal direction with the guideways provided. So the longitudinal movement of the workpiece is possible by using the saddle. And the crosswise movement, that means perpendicular to the plane that you are seeing, this movement is possible by using the table. So as per requirement, maybe a longitudinal movement or maybe a cross movement that can be obtained by using saddle and the table respectively. The next part that you are seeing, that is the workpiece of which machining is required. And as you can see over here, the boring cutter is provided, and this boring cutter helps to remove the material or to enlarge the diameter of the workpiece that is required. And this boring cutter is connected with this boring head, and this boring head is connected to the spindle, and spindle is connected to the main power transmission element. So this is how rotary movement or the cutting movement is applied to this boring tool by providing certain mechanisms. So these are the different parts available in the case of horizontal boring machine, and what are the use of these different parts that we have also discussed, which will be helpful to you during examination. So whenever in exam the question is asked like explain horizontal boring machine in detail, at that time you need to draw this figure and also explain each and every part that we have discussed during examination. And the major application of this horizontal boring machine is whenever the size of workpiece is very heavy and whenever there are irregular shape and size of the component is available. So at that time enlargement in the diameter that can be easily obtained by using this horizontal boring machine. And other than this, many other operations such as drilling, reaming, these also operations can be performed on this horizontal boring machine. Just minor change is required, that is by changing the tool connected to the headstock one can obtain different operation on this horizontal boring machine. But the primary objective of using this machine is the boring operation, that's why this machine is called as the horizontal boring machine. Now we will discuss about vertical boring machine. Now let us have a look at simple figure of this vertical boring machine. Now as you have seen in the case of horizontal boring machine, in horizontal boring machine tool is rotated in the horizontal plane, and this tool is provided to the headstock and it is in the horizontal direction. Now we can simply say that if the direction or the rotation direction, that is tool available in the vertical view, then that machine is also called as the vertical machine. So the major important parts available in the case of vertical boring machine are the first one, that is the column, and this column provides supports to the different elements available in this boring machine. The last bottom part, that is the second part, it is called as the bed, and this bed is connected to the floor, and similarly it is useful to absorb the vibration and to provide support to all the elements available. Over this bed, work table is provided, and clearly understand over here, this work table is rotating about its central axis. So in the case of vertical boring machine, this work table is rotating and the tool that remains stationary. So this tool is stationary and this work table is rotating about its axis, and this is how machining operation is obtained. Next part, that is the tool head, which we have discussed. This tool head is consist of the different number of tools as per the requirement. And the next, this red color portion shown over here, this is called as the cross rail. And this cross rail helps to move the tool in this particular axial direction. So on this cross rail, this tool can be moved in axial direction as the movement shown over here. And if the tool movement is required in upward in downward direction, then this entire cross rail is moved in upward direction or maybe in downward direction by using the column and the supports provided over here. So mainly two movements of the tool that is obtained by using, one is by using cross rail and another is by using column, which is provided for up and down movement. So the main thing that you need to remember, that is, in this particular operation, this work table is rotating as the workpiece is provided on the work table. So similarly, that workpiece also rotates. And the tool can be adjusted in maybe or XY direction or in Z direction as per requirement as the supports provided. So this is the basic understanding of this vertical boring machine. And the operation performed in the case of vertical boring machine, that is similar that we have discussed. So now, just for your examination point of view, to draw the vertical boring machine, you can consider this 2D figure. And this 2D figure, that is nothing but the standard vertical boring mill. So this figure represents standard vertical boring mill, which is the one type of vertical boring machine. So its name is standard vertical boring mill. Now as you can see, in these two columns are provided. The use of all the parts are similar, just I am listing over here the different parts available, so it is easy for you to understand. Similarly, there are 4 different spindle heads are provided. 2 spindle heads are provided on the column and 2 spindle heads are provided on the cross rail shown over here. This is the cross rail, and at below table is provided which is rotating about its axis, and at the bottom bed is provided which supports all the elements available. So these are the major important parts available in the case of vertical boring machine, and the major application of vertical boring machine is it is mainly used for machining or for enlarging existing or already available holes. And in many of the applications, this also vertical boring machine is used. So now if we see, this vertical boring machine and the horizontal boring machine are similar in use, but based on the requirement or based on the condition available of the workpiece, these different machines are useful. Now we will discuss about next important machine, that is the jig boring or the precision boring machine. Now to understand this precision boring machine, let us have a look at a simple figure shown over here. First of all, we will indicate the major parts available in the case of this jig boring machine. So this first part shown over here, it is called as the spindle head. So this is the spindle head. Now the second part available over here, that part is called as the quill. And on the quill there is a measurement system is provided for particular movement of the tool during machining operation. This third part is called as the column, as this supports the all the parts available, all the elements available in this jig boring machine. So this fourth part, and this fourth part is the spindle housing. This fourth part is called spindle housing, which consists of the spindle required for holding the tool. So as you can see, this part is called as the spindle. So this is the spindle which rotates about its axis, and the last part shown over here, these indicate the tool connected to the spindle. And the bottom part, as you can see over here, this part is called as the table, and the bottom part, that is called as the saddle. And at the end, bed is provided, and this bed supports all the elements. So now, similarly, as we have discussed the application or the use of different parts, similarly the use of all the parts is similar, but the major advantage of using this jig boring machine is it provides a higher accuracy compared to the vertical and horizontal compared to vertical and horizontal boring machines. In this, the enlargement of hole that is obtained on the already existing hole, that is in the accuracy of 0.0025 mm. So this much of accuracy is obtained or is possible by using this jig boring machine. Other than this, the use of different parts operating condition is similar to that of all the different boring machines that we have discussed. And we have also discussed that, or we have also listed that this jig boring machine has two specific types. From that, the first one is the vertical boring machine or the vertical type jig boring machine, and the planar type jig boring machine. So this is the main important advantage of this jig boring machine. So I hope it is clear to you that where this horizontal boring machine, what is the difference between this horizontal, vertical and jig or precision boring machine. So keep this word in mind, this jig boring machine many times also called as the precision boring machine. That's why I am repeating this word again and again. So now we will discuss about different operations that can be performed on these different types of the boring machines. So the different operation that can be performed, from which first one, that is the boring operation. And as we have discussed up to now, as these machines are specifically made for boring operation, so this boring operation is nothing but the operation of enlarging existing available hole. Now the second one, that is the counter boring, and the counter boring operation that we have also discussed in the case of drilling machine. So if suppose, let us draw figure over here. So the operation of enlarging existing hole up to certain depth, this type of operation is called as the counter boring operation. So in this operation, hole that is already available, that is not enlarged up to the entire depth, but up to certain limited portion, hole is enlarged, and that is called as the counter boring operation. Similarly, the third operation, that is the counter sinking. So it is somewhat similar to the counter boring operation, but the shape generated up to certain depth, that is the conical shape. So if this type of conical shape is generated up to certain depth using this type of conical tool which is rotating about its axis, then this type of operation is called as the counter sinking operation. And the fourth one, that is the tapening operation. So suppose if I say to you that I want to hole any of the sheet available up to 1 meter diameter. So for 1 meter diameter, it is difficult to use the drill tool because its manufacturing will be difficult, and also to handle this type of or this much of drill bit, different drilling machines required that are also difficult. So to enlarge this much of very larger diameter holes, this tapening operation is used. So in this tapening operation, what happens? Suppose if the workpiece is available and one tool is arranged whose at one end single point cutting tool is provided, and this single point cutting tool is connected to the one centered portion and about which it entirely rotates. So we can say that this distance is called as the radius of hole required. So this is the radius of hole required, and by rotating this single point cutting tool on the set or the workpiece available, one can obtain or one can remove the material from that particular periphery, and then applying pressure on the center portion we can remove that particular stop. And this is how the large diameter on the workpiece is obtained, and this operation of obtaining large size diameter hole by using single point cutting tool, and this operation is called as the trepanning operation. So these are the different basic operations that are performed on these boring machines. So up to now we have majorly discussed about different types of boring machines available, the working principle of boring machines, and different boring operations that can be performed on these machines. So I hope you have clarity about what are the boring machine, what are the uses of that boring machine, and where these specific boring machine are useful. So looking forward to see you all in our next lecture. Up to then, thank you.